This is TWiT.
Bad week for Bitcoin. China is now shutting down over 90% of its Bitcoin mining capacity, which has led to a drop in the speed with which Bitcoin hashes are calculated, slowing down the transaction rate. Bitcoin, maybe coincidentally, also went down in value. And then there was the South African Bitcoin...
the brothers?
Brothers, who disappeared with a significant amount of Bitcoin, probably the biggest since Mt. Gox disappearance of Bitcoin. They were creating a Bitcoin investment fund and claimed they had been hacked for $3.6 billion, then disappeared. Probably was hacked. They were probably hacked. Yeah.
I do not understand. I cannot wrap my mind around where cryptocurrency is going to end up in the scheme of things. There seems to be this sort of wall that it hits some point where it doesn't. It doesn't take the place of fiat currency. I don't care what the country of El Salvador does. It's and
they may live to regret. By the way, I mean it's such a volatile currency. They may live to regret that choice.
I just don't. I can't wait to see how it ends. But I just can't. I keep trying to plot this out and seeing how it all works out. I know. I saw that. Andreessen Horowitz is now, they're on their third cryptocurrency fund.
Huge
now.
fund.
They're up to, billions of dollars that they're investing in cryptocurrency infrastructure and brokers and traders and stuff. And this just seems to me like, Beanie Babies where you don't even get a Beanie Baby. I just don't understand.
You don't even get a Beanie Baby. What's the point?
You could get a crypto kitty. Does that count?
You can.
There you go.
I think that's well put in the sense, Ed, that you don't know what's going to happen. It's not like this is a bad idea, but I don't either see clearly how this happens. I think something's happening, but I don't understand how it's even major government banks, including the Federal Reserve, have said some sort of stable coin might well be in the future for governments. There's a lot to be. I mean, really, these days your dollar bill is as digital as anything. None of my I don't have cash for anything I own. It's all bits being in ledgers. Decentralized ledgers is the only
and touchless payment has just basically become. I don't give the
cashier at the grocery store anything.
Right.
I don't
just like virtual meetings.
My watch over it.
Yeah, virtual meetings and virtual school were able to skip like 5 years thanks to the pandemic.
Right,
and virtual
touchless
payments have done the same thing.
I agree 100%.
Touchless payments.
I actually look now for somewhere where I can use my Apple Watch to pay. And I'm always very happy when I find it. And I have to say, by the way, when I first started doing that, I think it was with a Samsung phone or watch, people thought I was crazy. Now it's like obvious, everybody does it.
But you're still using dollars.
Yeah, they're technically dollars, but that's just a word. I mean, I do carry cash, but
the problem with crypto is it's very complicated.
Right.
Like most of us are involved in tech, and it's like as soon as you start going into crypto, it becomes very, very complicated. Not just economics, but in terms of how it works, how to back it up, the ledgers and the keys, and then that's just dealing with like say Bitcoin. We all understand and go, okay, there's this thing Bitcoin, but then when you learn there's like 150 other cryptocurrencies out there, and even more, you can just create them yourself. It becomes very weird. Like, what is that? That is one thing to say, here's the US dollar, here's an alternative to the US dollar. What does it mean when there's 200 other alternatives all of a sudden? Which one means anything, right? So I think that's basically puts this another way. I don't think Apple would ever invent this, right? It's too opaque for the masses to really get involved with.
It's also risky. I mean, look at these guys who just made off with 69,000 Bitcoin, or Mt. Gox, where people lost a lot of money. Now the UK financial watchdog has banned Binance, saying they're violating, some sort of UK finance rules. That's one of the big Bitcoin exchanges. Binance Markets Limited is not permitted to undertake any regulated activity in the UK as of yesterday. So it is. I think that's probably the biggest problem. It's just
I read that article and was unclear on whether that meant they couldn't continue to let people buy and sell, or whether it was more of a securities.
Isn't that a regulated activity though? I don't know.
I don't know either. I do know that the SEC, to the extent they've waded in the United States, has looked at ICOs and things like that and treated them as securities falling within the securities laws, and wanting to curtail fraud and things around that. But that's different than saying you can't buy and sell.
And to be clear, it was Binance Markets Limited, and that's not the same as Binance.com. In fact, Binance says BML is a separate legal entity, does not offer any products or services via the Binance.com website. So Binance.com continues, and still, it's got to make you a little nervous if you're using Binance to store your Bitcoin in the UK,
although,
right?
As pointed out in the IRC chat, and I can verify this, Bitcoin's going up again. So
we raised it $2,000 with this conversation alone. So.
People are buying the dip. I mean, they always buy the dip, right?
Buy the dip.
Buy the dip. Yes, exactly. It's all going to work out.
Dipcoin. That's what I'm.
Dipcoin. Well,
I'm coming out with Dipcoin. Everyone's going to buy it.
Buy the dip. I love it. That's the slogan.
At least it's original. It's not a dog meme.
Yeah.
I'll never.
Don't knock the Doge, man. Don't knock the Doge.